The 2026 FIFA World Cup, a monumental event jointly hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico, is facing growing uncertainty as new reports highlight escalating concerns over international travel, economic pressures, and political tensions that could severely impact the tournament's success. In particular, UK fans, who infamously shunned the 2018 World Cup in Russia due to widespread anti British sentiment, are now once again reconsidering their travel plans, citing a fresh wave of visa complications, fears of deportation, and a broader sense of economic and political instability across North America. Originally envisioned as a global celebration of unity through soccer, the upcoming World Cup is increasingly clouded by fears that international participation may be far lower than anticipated, potentially jeopardizing ticket sales, tourism revenue, sponsorship deals, and the broader cultural impact of the world's most watched sporting event. Alarm bells are already ringing, with early warning signs visible in the lead up to the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, set to be held across 11 U.S. cities starting this June. Despite the prestigious nature of the event, which will showcase the world's top club teams and attract multinational stars, ticket sales have remained stubbornly weak for months. This disappointing trend is not occurring in isolation. It reflects broader international travel patterns that are painting a worrying picture for North America's ability to draw overseas visitors. According to data released in March, overall visits to the U.S. from abroad fell by 11.6% compared to the previous year. Key neighboring nations have shown even steeper declines, with air travel from Mexico dropping by 23% and land crossings from Canada falling 32%, alongside a 13.5% decrease in Canadian air travel. Particularly alarming for World Cup organizers is the 14.3% plunge in UK tourist arrivals, a sharp downturn from one of FIFA's traditionally strong traveling fan bases. These developments carry serious financial implications. FIFA had initially projected that 40% of attendees for the Club World Cup would be international travelers, collectively expected to inject around $1.6 billion into local economies through tourism-related spending. Should these figures fall short, and early indicators suggest they will, not only will the Club World Cup suffer financially, but the much larger 2026 World Cup could face an even greater economic blow. Cities like Los Angeles, which anticipates welcoming 150,000 additional visitors and generating approximately $343 million in direct economic benefits during the World Cup period, may now need to brace for major revenue shortfalls if global fans choose to stay home. Beyond tourism, the ripple effects are being felt in the corporate world as well. Major FIFA sponsors are increasingly cautious amid the shifting economic landscape. Technology giant Lenovo, which recently inked a high-value sponsorship deal with FIFA, now faces the dilemma of marketing its Chinese-made products in a U.S. market where tariffs are rising sharply. Other major sponsors, including Adidas and Kia, are similarly caught in the crossfire of international trade disputes. A February survey of advertising executives revealed that 94% believe the current tariff environment will influence their marketing budgets, with nearly half confirming they are already scaling back planned expenditures. This hesitation among sponsors not only threatens to reduce the tournament's commercial footprint, but could also diminish the visibility and excitement that typically accompany such global events. At the grassroots level, the situation is equally concerning. FIFA has long championed the idea of leaving a positive legacy in host nations by promoting youth engagement in soccer. However, these efforts are under threat as the costs associated with soccer equipment, much of which is imported, continue to rise. The price of basic gear such as balls, cleats, and uniforms has climbed between 40 and 50% in recent years, and ongoing tariff increases are poised to drive prices even higher. While FIFA has committed $1 million in grants to support the construction of youth pitches across North America, the soaring cost of gear threatens to make the sport less accessible to underserved communities, potentially undermining one of the tournament's most important social initiatives. The parallels with the 2018 World Cup in Russia are becoming difficult to ignore. Then, widespread anti-British sentiment deterred thousands of UK fans, resulting in unsold seats at key matches and a muted atmosphere that contrasted sharply with FIFA's goals. Now, with rising tariffs, stringent immigration policies, and diplomatic tensions at the forefront, UK fans once again find themselves reconsidering whether the journey is worth the risk. The situation raises profound questions about the ability of even the world's most celebrated sporting event to overcome the divisions and barriers of an increasingly fractured global landscape. As preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup continue, the vision of a vibrant, inclusive tournament that brings together fans from every corner of the globe is under mounting threat. Without urgent action, whether through easing visa restrictions, negotiating trade disputes, or improving diplomatic relations, organizers may face a sobering reality: a tournament that fails to meet expectations, not because of a lack of passion for the game, but because the political and economic forces of the time made participation too difficult. With the first whistle still over a year away, the 2026 World Cup is already grappling with challenges that strike at the very heart of its mission: to unite the world in a shared love of soccer.